Hi everyone, I am Ashley and I am Jill's matron of honor tonight and her first cousin, and I have a speech I want to give, and then these two.
I am Jay Phillips. I am the youngest brother of Zach, the new groom and the new sister-in-law.
Yes.
I'm Ian. I'm the oldest brother.
Yeah, and so I'm going to go first and then they're going to give their speech. Okay. So I just want to say first of all that I'm so honored to be a part of this gorgeous wedding. I mean, how Pinterest perfect is this? Seriously, it's awesome. Yes, it is. And Jill, you look amazing. Like model bride. So beautiful. I mean, I just can't even. And Zach, you look very handsome yourself. So I just want to start by saying Jill and I go way back. Like back to the days when she was called Jilana, not Jill, and when we first met as babies in the early 90s when she was born, my sweet little Jilana Faith Tuttle. So, you see our mom's Linda over there in that table back there, and Pam, Jill's mom, they're sisters, so that makes us first cousins, and I've been Jill's #1 fan since the beginning. So, from the time that we were little, we've been more like sisters than cousins, and even more, I'm going to cry, and even more so than that, we have been best friends. You see, we share many things in common besides what meets our green eyes that we share that run in the Griffin family. We share a common bond and heritage that I like to call being a Griffin girl. And a Griffin, thank you, yes, to my Griffin girls at the table number 2 and 3. Griffin is our mom's maiden name, and so I'm going to explain what I mean by this. So what's a Griffin girl, you might ask? Reese Witherspoon, one of my favorite people ever, explained it best with the phrase, whiskey in a teacup. So have y'all heard of that new book that's out? Who has heard of it? Okay. Oh, Emma has heard of it. Thank you, Emma, for raising your hand. Okay. So whiskey in a teacup means, so this is a phrase that she said her grandmother said, and what it means is a combination of beauty and strength that makes Southern women whiskey in a teacup. So a Griffin girl is the same. She may appear delicate on the outside, but she is strong, bold, intelligent, determined on the inside, and she stands up for what she believes in, no matter what. This is Jill, and I know our sweet mama, and she called her Meemaw, but would be so proud of the woman that you are. So some of my best childhood memories involve Jill. We would play school together at Mama's house, and looking back, this was definitely prophetic because she is a 5th grade teacher. We would play dress up together, and we would sing and dance to the Spice Girls, and we would have to change the risque lyrics of "If you want to be my lover" to "If you want to be my pen pal." That's right. Thanks, Aunt Linda, for making us change that. So we also saw Britney Spears in concert together, and then most recently Taylor Swift. So we're concert buddies too. We would play games together at every Griffin family event, including Trivial Pursuit. The girls always won, by the way. Sorry, Steven, cousin Steven right there. Yep, the girls always won. I'm just kidding, but the boys won a lot too. And then we would play catchphrase, and then we would always like to play football, like tag football with our cousins in the yard. We were the best. Jill and I were a package deal. Yep, always the best. And we would always have countless sleepovers with Say, our older cousin who we love dearly and love to take our picture with, all 3 of us. Okay, so we loved growing up together. So, I'm moving on here. Hold on. Okay, so as we got older, things may have changed in terms of our circumstances as we had to be more serious about our education, careers, who we were dating. But one thing always remained. We always had each other's backs, and we could always confide in each other, always. And no matter what our circumstances were, all roads led back to each other. We were there for each other through life's events, heartbreaks, new jobs, apartment hunting, and weddings. So I remember right before Jill met her groom. She had just moved back to Chattanooga from graduating from ETSU with her master's, and she was actually about to find her first apartment, moving back to Chattanooga and starting her big girl job in the fall as a teacher. And so she asked me to go with her to go look for apartments. And we drove around that day, and we were both single and had no clue that she was about to meet her future husband a few short months later. So, I dropped that, but that's okay. I was going to say, too, that Jill has always been like our favorite Disney princess, Belle. She's beautiful. I mean, just look how stunning she is tonight. She is so intelligent with her nose stuck in a book. And she's a strong woman. And I also knew she's not impressed by the Gastons of the world. So I knew whoever was going you're more like the beast. This is okay. So I knew he would have to be really special to sweep her off her feet. So just a few short months later, Jill met Zach. And I just knew when she started dating him that it was different. And he literally is the Prince Charming that swept her off her feet. We always called him Z via text. And I mean, you have to know that he's going to be a really cool guy when his nickname is Z. So that's really awesome. And but above all else, she seemed just absolutely smitten with him from the very beginning. And for starters, if you knew Jill pre-Zach, she was not sporty spice at all. And so what I'm trying to say here is Zach totally changed that in her, because if you guys know that they love to do Spartan races together, and she just signed up for a 30-mile race. Like, oh my gosh, that is true love. So Zach is a wonderful guy and just the perfect match for Jill. He's giving and hardworking. He's so kind. He's very thoughtful. He loves family, and he loves our Jill. So he shares her love of traveling the world from Greece, Italy, Iceland, and now they're about to go on their Parisian honeymoon. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that he's going to be the best husband for Jill. He brings out the kid in Jill. I mean, I will never forget last Christmas when we went to you guys' house and y'all like broke out the Nerf guns and started shooting each other. And Casey and I were like, man, they're cool. I mean, we're not that fun, but so that was awesome. So Jill once captioned a photo of her and Zach on Instagram, and she wrote, "Sometimes the greatest relationships are the one you never expected to be in, the ones that sweep you off your feet and challenge every view you've ever had. Zach, you have truly swept Jill off her feet, and in her own words, you're the love of her life. Katie and I have loved getting to know you, Zach, and we have loved to see the way you love Jill over the past few years. We seriously could not have picked a more perfect person for her. So I know you two are going to do great things together." And I want to close with a quote by Anthony Brandt, which says, "Other things may change us, but we start and end with family." So Zach and Jill, I want you both to know we're always here for you guys, and we're so honored to now call you both family. We love you very much, and we know your future is going to be filled with much happiness, travel, lots of Spartan races, and just lots of love and happiness. So cheers to Jill and Zach. Woo! Y'all raise a toast. Yay!
Here's your papers. Oh, Lordy. Hey, you staying up here, Ash. You gotta stay up here. You staying up here. We gotta stand up here the whole time. Yeah, you better get back up here. It's all good. It's water.
Alright, everybody bear with me. I don't do this hardly ever, so.
Never.
I do it at work. I'm cool with that. I'm nervous about this.
Me too.
So Zach and I are roughly 4 years apart. When we were kids, I honestly kind of bullied him in a big brother type way quite a while. So we were always outside doing something, playing some kind of sport, running around, whatever it may be. So I know Zach was not a fan of fall, mainly because we played football outside in this big field. And he would always, I'd give him the ball, I'd say hut, and I'd just throw the ball to him, even though that's not how it works. And then I would tackle him into a ditch. But I was probably about 150 pounds bigger than he was. So he didn't like that. But we do that throughout the fall. We'd play baseball out in the yard. He would act like Cal Ripken Jr., his favorite player. I'd act out King Griffey Jr., but I wasn't left-handed, so it didn't work out very well. But we'd write up lineups and pretty much go through teams. We were outside all the time playing around together. Let's see, sorry. So, sorry. So, I mean, there were a lot of things we did growing up. Me being a little bit older, as we were younger, it was kind of harder to kind of get together. As we got older, everything was a little bit different. We bonded more. So, I mean, it was a lot easier for us to bond as we got older. But, I mean, we played video games together, which somehow one of us always got mad about the other one beating the other, whether it was Mortal Kombat, NCAA, or MLB The Show, whatever it was. One of us got mad because the other one lost, and remote always ended up getting thrown most of the time. We traded baseball cards, and he would always try to get my cards because my cards were better than his majority of the time, and then I'd sneak in some crappy cards to get his better card. Quite often. I'd say, hey, yeah, you want to trade these cards? And he's like, yeah, I want all these cards. I'm like, oh, these players are great. You want these cards? I'll give you these. And I get his better card. But I probably still have them. I've always wanted the best for him. He's my middle brother. It's the same I do for Jay and my two sisters. Always wanted the best for him. I always tried to be there to support him and whatever he wanted. I wanted them to do better than me. I know that sounds weird, but in a sense, you know, I always felt like I needed to be there to take care of them, look out for them. But, you know, he's been really good at everything he ever does. I'm not trying to give him a bigger head than he already has, but it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, he played cello. Was it cello or viola? I couldn't remember. They all look the same to me. But he played viola for a while. He's awesome at soccer. He was very good at baseball. I always tried to throw a knuckleball. I could never do it. He could do it. He threw harder than me. He played longer than I did. He's always been good at everything. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, Spartan races, I mean, I go to the gym all the time. He's better than me at that, for sure. I'm happy for him. But he's always, I want him to do well. I'm happy for him. Jill has been great for him. I think she's the best thing that's ever happened to him. She's sweet, and I had a rough time last couple of years, and they know about it, but they kind of took me in and kind of helped me out with the situation, and they honestly have no idea how grateful I am for that. But honestly, I got to know Jill a lot more being there because I stayed with them for about 11, 12 weeks. And with that, I got to see how much they actually cared about each other and how much they loved each other. They also like to pester each other, but you can see how much they actually loved each other. And I've not seen Zach like that with anyone ever before. And he's always kind of been the tough guy, tries to be not cocky, but confident. Sometimes overconfidence, but it's a good thing though. He's always kind of been the tough guy though, and he's never. I think with her, Jill has kind of found that line where he's definitely gone way past where he was, and not that he was bad, but she's made him a better man. I think that he can truly be the man that she deserves. To love her how she needs to be loved, and she'll do the same. But I'm proud of y'all, everything you've done. I love you both. You've always been, since the beginning, since I first met you, you've always kind of been like a sister anyways. Especially after taking me in with my situation. So I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, you've always been a sister to me. And now you're officially part of the family, for sure. Part of the family. And I love you both, and I'm happy for you, and congratulations.
All right, good evening, everyone. Again, I'm Jay. I'm Zach's youngest brother, and I'm very lucky to be able to be his best man tonight. It means a lot to me. But tonight is all about you two. And obviously, as you can see right here, with all these people sitting around, you have a lot of people that care about all of you. You have a lot of friends. You have a lot of family that all truly love and care about you, and they want to see this great day. And I can tell you right now, what I saw today was not just a regular wedding. So if you want to go way back in the past, when I was little bit younger, Zach Phillips was a little bit of a little nuisance for me. We had many years where we had our differences. He'd mess with me, bully me. I'd tell. He'd say he didn't do it, got away with it. So that went on for a long time, but throughout the years, he taught me a lot. He taught me about being able to step up to other people. He taught me about being able to be an individual with other things and trying to let myself stand out. And so as we grew up, about my freshman year, I go to Zach one day and I said, hey, you know what? You're a big, strong guy. You know, you go to the gym a lot. I want to be like you. Can I go to the gym with you? And from there on, we kind of started a new bond. Every day I get off school, he'd get off work, we'd sit there in our room, take our pre-workout, and then sit there and read articles about bodybuilding for 30 minutes, let it kick in, drive down the road, and then he'd go lift 3 times more than me and call me a little girl. But as the time went on, that bond started to get a little stronger. We'd start going out and doing more things together. Instead of hoping that I'd get an invite, he already was saying, hey, you're coming with me, I bought you a ticket. So there have been many times where Zach has been there for me. Many times when I've had my down moments, where I've had a lot going on, felt like I didn't have much else I could really do, and he was the one that sat me down and said, you're going to make it through this. We together are going to do this, and I know you're strong enough. And just that alone shows the kind of character that Zach has. He may not always show it. He may always seem like the one that doesn't have a lot of emotion, but he cares very deeply about his family, the people around him, his friends, his coworkers, and he would do anything for anybody to make sure they're okay and happier. So as time's going on, Zach's sort of doing his crazy thing. You know, he could be a little bit wild, and then I come to hear that he has a date coming up. And I asked him, so who are you going on a date with? Somebody. Wouldn't tell us. So I thought maybe this is going to be a little bit different. And then so some time goes on and he wouldn't tell us who it was. He wouldn't show us a picture or nothing. And then one Saturday night, 2 a.m., I run into Zach and Jill at Steak and Shake. I am wearing my honorary cowboy boots and gym shorts to make sure I made a great first impression on her. And we sat down and we had a nice little $4 meal and some milkshakes. And after that, I started seeing Jill a little bit more. You know, and a lot of times I've seen Zach with other girls he's dated, girlfriends, whatever it may be. And I could see something different from the start with Zach and Jill. She was definitely a much more mature person than Zach is. She had to take her time to sort of ease into his humor. Definitely didn't think all the same things he thought were funny.
Still don't.
But she's sort of warming up to the Phillips family over time. And then one day, Zach calls me and he tells me, "Hey, when we're in Greece, I'm gonna propose." And I told him, it's about dang time he finally tried to keep this one. We all have been waiting for it because Jill, you weren't just a girl that Zach dated. You're someone that when you walk into a room, you light it up with your personality, your smile, and how you treat everyone. And you definitely made that light spark into Zach as well. Because the man that didn't seem to have much emotion before started to show a little bit of it. And standing right there next to him at the altar today, I could see all the love that he had for her as she's walking down that aisle. And I could see all the love she had for him the moment she said, "I do," and that smile went from ear to ear on her. And I think that's something beautiful. That we've got these two people that show exactly how love should be today, because most people don't have it that way. But we are very lucky to have these two to be an example for all of us, older or younger, of what true love really is. And that's going and doing Spartan races even though you never done one before, but doing it because your boyfriend wants you to. And that's going through and doing art classes that you've never done before, but she wants you to do them with her. And they definitely have gone through a lot of things, and everyone has their fights, but you guys always go through it, because you guys always remember it's not you versus each other, it's each other versus a problem. And you guys have always done that. And that's why we're here today. We are very lucky to see the joining between the Tuttles and the Phillipses. Hopefully we can build this bond a little bit more and make this family on both sides a bit stronger. And I hope the best for both of you. Zach, I love you to death. I would do anything for you. Jill, you have been my sister way before today, and I'll do the same thing for you. I hope nothing but happiness for both of you. And I want you both to know that you all have these people right here to support you along the way if you ever need it. So, to finish off, I want to propose a toast to the new bride and groom. And this is an old Viking toast that they used to give for new fortunes. So this toast is to cheating, stealing, fighting, and drinking. If you cheat, may you cheat death. If you steal, may you steal each other's heart. If you fight, may you fight for your love. And if you drink, may you drink with me. Cheers.